Come in the room. Strip down and meet me in the dungeon on your knees. Palms resting face up on your thighs, eyes watching me. Let's see what we can get into. Crawl to meet me at the couch and let me trail my claws up or down your back as you worship my yoni. Control the energy you channel to me. We need my energy for what's about to happen in this place. Welcome to the Dom Experience Podcast.
Brought to you by R.A.R.E Media. I am Dominus.
I'm Cinnamon. And we got a special guest today. I'm Bree.
That was so sparkling.
Right?
You know.
Almost like a diamond. But,
All right, hop right into the check-in.
you were like short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up?
How we feeling? How is your mind?
My mind is great. It's open. It's optimistic. It's filled with wonderful thoughts. Yeah.
My mind is like kind of in planning mode and like implementation mode. So I like we're sewing in my brain, sewing some plans.
Yeah, my mind is in the same place. It's kind of like, all right, all these seeds planted. Now I gotta water it. I gotta watch the sunlight. I gotta talk to it. I gotta actually put in the work to make sure it grows and be as fruitful as I expect it to be. Yeah, metaphorically and literally, because I garden for real too.
Right. How is your spirit?
My spirit is in that same place, but this time it's like telling me, I understand. I'm gonna chill out with all the excitement. I'm gonna just give you the energy you need to keep going. And so my spirit now is just filling me with like all of the love I need to get everything I'm trying to get.
About you? How your spirit be?
My spirit is feeling like a warrior spirit.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm feeling like since I'm battling things in my life, my spirit is just it's lifted, but it's still is willing to fight,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My spirit is, I don't know, we grounded. Like, this week has been things that normally would have, like, fucked me up. Have just kind of been, I've been going with the flow for the first time in at least 5 years.
Can I say something?
Go
I
ahead.
haven't said in a while.
Go ahead.
Good girl.
I found like all of my collars last night.
Oh, for real?
In the office, yeah. But anyway. Like all of them. I gotta bring them. We gotta talk about them. Anyway. Body. I'll go first. My body is good. I'm sore. My back is sore. I've been doing like chiropractor work, and I should have iced my back today or soaked in the tub, and I did neither. So I've been trying to find supportive seats and resting positions for my upper back, and not doing that at the same time. I haven't been doing it well. But I had a really good medical visit today, and I'm happy about that. Hey.
Oh, it's me? Oh,
Mm-hmm. How your body be?
My little body is doing what it do, breaking down. Just like I had a small injury, so my body's kind of in pain, but I'm okay though.
Yeah. My body is I don't know. My body is carrying a lot of people's energy right now, and I'm trying my best to like get it off of me. And that's not even like in a metaphorical sense. Like I've been breaking up a lot of fights and stuff, and so like I still got all of the nooks and crannies of like twisting and bending in ways I wasn't necessarily supposed to. Because, you know, they train you to restrain young people when they fighting, but it never goes as training. It never goes as training.
Especially when they're not babies anymore. Like,
yeah, so I could use a fire massage.
Real.
If anybody wants to sponsor, if you a masseuse, I need one of the professional joints.
You. Nice. Heart. And again, if you are watching us on any of the platforms, chime in. We want to know how you're doing too. How's your heart?
My heart is full of love. I've been having to maintain that feeling and like meditate and keep myself grounded so I can always be, you know, in love, around love, standing in love, and just giving away love freely without like worrying about being, you know, taken advantage of.
Nice. I feel covered in love. My heart. I feel loved by my lovers. We had a really good date day on Saturday. It was great. And
finally went back to the country club.
Yeah, we finally went back to the country club.
I like that place.
It was hot.
It was so hot.
But even in that, like, even in the heat of this weekend, as we lost our AC.
We lost our AC.
We lost AC.
It died.
It died.
It was a hot weekend.
It was a hot weekend.
Literally.
We had to get a whole new unit. But even in that, in the physical world, we shouldn't have a new AC unit right now. And in the physical world, we still have to pay for a new unit. But community and love is the reason why we are not hot in our house right now with a brand new AC unit.
Come on, AC unit.
So that's nice. So moments like that have been filling my heart almost to overflow. How your heart be?
My heart is filled abundantly.
Ooh. Say it again.
My heart is filled abundantly. I have love coming from all parts of my life right now, from my family, from my partner, from my child, from my animal, from people I work with. Like I've been getting a lot of loving vibes just through and through. So I can't complain.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I think this is the part where we give everybody a chance to check in with themselves if they haven't already. And if you just tuning in and watching this like at a later date, take this time to like check in with yourself before you get back into this podcast. Go ahead and press pause.
And slide your comments into it too, because I still want to know, even in future timelines, how your mind, how your body, how your spirit, how your heart is. So we're gonna give you an opportunity to breathe. I'm going to ask the R.A.R.E Media crew how they be, and we'll be right back. This is the Dom Experience Podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media. See you in a second.
but I'm never bored, and it's sad, sad, but it's all that I have.
Welcome back to the Dom Experience podcast presented by R.A.R.E Media. I am Cinnamon Vixen.
And I'm Dominus.
Who you be?
I'm Bree, the sparkling diamond.
Hey. Now, before we dive deep into a conversation, we always like to ask our guests for consent and talk about safe words as we engage in these conversations. So if there's any question or topic that you don't want to talk about, feel free to pass. If for some reason you're like, oh my God, I love this and I want to keep talking about this more, then just give us the green light and we'll keep going. If you need a like bathroom break or a whoa, let's slow this shit down because y'all getting too deep, give us a yellow. And if we need to end this shit and go home, give us a red and we will quickly end it and do whatever we need to support you. Because we like to be as responsible as we can.
Yep, even in conversation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you consent to this conversation?
I consent. I give you all the green light.
Cool. So I guess my first question for you is, where do you see yourself in this lifestyle? What do you like? What do you label yourself as?
A performer.
A performer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I label myself as a performer because I don't really get into the acts. I just perform.
Okay. I dig that.
Yeah.
Nice.
What you got?
And so do you consider yourself a performer in your like pleasure and sexuality journey as well?
No, surprisingly. Like, during pleasure, I don't want to perform at all. Like, I want it to be very realistic. I don't like the acting aspect of that part of life because I feel like I deal with a lot of acting and stage presence things already. So I want that part to be melted away when it's time to be intimate.
Nice.
So in that intimacy, right?
We have
a new guest.
We have an edible Fred with us here today, so.
So y'all say what's up to the dog.
I know. Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap.
Is that actually her name?
No, I named her.
You just named her Ginger Snap.
Yeah.
But you say, and when it comes down to the bedroom, you like to strip that away, right?
Mm-hmm.
What gets you into that space?
Into my regular space?
Into your like ready to be intimate, not breed a performer, but breed the person that enjoys intimacy and pleasure. Like, what takes you out of that performer and always working headspace and into that space where you want to be soft and felt and touched and loved?
Or alternatively, like, what do you have to turn on?
Or that, yeah.
To be Bree, the performer.
Honestly, it's what I have to turn off for me.
There we go.
I need to take off all my makeup, wash off all the glitter, make sure my hair got his nappy coily coils happening. Because if you can't accept that, then you can't accept me.
Right.
So once all of that is gone, if you just give me a little, kiss or whatever, that's it. If you're my person, just touch. Just any touch will just take me over the edge.
Touch.
Hey. Well, so does that also mean that your intimate time doesn't happen in front of like voyeurs or audience?
I've never had the pleasure of I've never had the scenario for that to happen for me because all of my partners, when I get with them, they no longer want to share. I don't care if they were poly before. That's out the window once I get with them. So I've been in those situations, but my partners weren't down for that or to be watched. So I never had the opportunity to. I was not that I wouldn't, but I just never had the opportunity. So
That makes sense.
Nice.
So you saying secretly you're an exhibitionist?
Not really. Like, I wouldn't go looking for it, but if we're already in the setting, I say, why not?
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Do those people also have to, like, the people who are watching though also have to be able to accept you as where you are? Like, as like
in that moment, I don't care about the people that's watching, to be honest. I don't care where their headspace is, because if this is where we are, this is what we're doing. If you don't like what you see, look away.
So
Fair
it's all
enough.
about stripping it away for the partner.
Yeah.
Everything else, whether
Doesn't
it's
matter.
in public, private, with people, without people, we don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, let me take a sip of water.
I'm dehydrated. Okay. So for folks who know you as a performer, they have probably either seen you virally walking on point across the streets of New Orleans, or they've seen you in burlesque land or movement and dance land. How does, because you mentioned touch a little bit, like does movement have a place in your like pleasure journey, and how?
What do you mean movement, like dance?
Yeah, like dance, more traditional, like
Not
burlesque.
really, because in my personal experience, from when it's bedroom versus stage, like you don't. I know there's a song, but you don't fuck like you dance. Like you really don't. So it's a different rhythm, and it's not about dancing at the moment. It's just about you and your partner literally trying to sync y'all's heartbeat in that moment. That's how I look at it, anyways.
Nice.
Shit, that sounds like a dance to me.
Right?
It's just
But
choreograph it to your own rhythm.
Y'all not crumping in the bed.
Nah.
But I think too about like how, especially in this like burlesque and sensual movement world, like you're crafting like sensual, sexy ass places for other people often.
Because I've seen you dance.
Right? Like I'm like,
And I've seen the faces you make when you dance.
exactly.
Well,
So like, how does that fold into things? Like if it's not even if it's not like, so I'm not, like even if they're two separate parts of your life, they're both still tied
They
into
kinda still
sexual and sensual
intertwined.
energy,
Yeah,
right?
I can't say.
So,
well,
like, what does that?
Like where that sexual
What does
energy
that
come from?
sexual? Yeah, like what's that part of this? Like sexual,
the sexual
energy,
energy
for you?
on stage is from my lifestyle. Like, oh, well, let me see. Like, since I've been a teenager and growing into being an adult woman, people have always told me I was sexy. Men have always tried to flirt with me, and women, like my entire life. So me walking into a room, seeing everybody already looking at me and basically wanting me, because I'm never wrong in that aspect of who the people that I notice. I just give them the energy that they're looking for. I'm a flirt, so I flirt back with the whole crowd.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I flirt with the whole crowd. You make every person feel special.
So yeah, and in that way, like you're curating a hell of a sexy environment for the folks who are watching you, and making it become an abundance generator for you as well, right? How does that? Because you are the sparkling diamond, but you also have a group of sparkling diamonds,
Yeah.
right? So as someone who's like leading a group of folks who are also like curating this energy, right? Like how are you
Teaching it.
like how are you working with them to facilitate their sexiness?
The first step that I've noticed that I always have to do, regardless of the woman, no matter what you may think about them, when they come in, you have to make them believe that they are the shit on their own. Like you have to strip away all of their insecurities about their bodies, the way they're moving, all of that half naked, because you need to love you in this mirror, not me.
Real.
So once they start loving themselves and they feel themselves, and we go over the choreography, and I'm telling them in the mirror, when you're looking at yourself, I'm like, I'll stop them in that moment and be like, would you have sex with you looking like that? Right, let's do it again. I mean, it sounds rough, but it gets the message across.
Fair enough. How long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since I was 9, professionally trained since I was 9.
Nice.
Do you have a favorite like style of dance?
Not really. People would think I favor ballet, but I really don't have a favorite. I just like to dance to anything, really.
Nice. And I've seen you dance to almost anything, depending on the show, the producer, the music, you've
Pretty versatile.
Making rounds throughout the burlesque and central
Whatever they
community.
need. I'm like, I can do all of that. All of that. Tap, jazz, ballet, circus, whatever you need. Ballroom, what else?
Speaking of circus,
Vogue, all of it.
yesterday was
Yeah, it was Circus Burlesque show.
was the Circus Burlesque show.
It was a nice turnout.
We was tired.
Y'all went?
No, we was
No,
tired.
we didn't.
We was so
'Cause a lot
tired.
of people were
World.
gone by the time I came back from
I was-
backstage.
Yeah.
I was about to ask how was it?
I was about to say, if you had to describe it to the folks who weren't able to make it,
Any of your shows.
right, or any of your shows, how would you just, first off, when, because they're pretty regular at this point in time, where, and how would you describe it to the folks?
When they are every last Tuesday of every month except for December, because we don't want to push it too close to Christmas.
Right.
Located at Cafe Istanbul, which is 2372 St. Claude Avenue at 8 p.m. And what is different about our show that you can't catch at any other show is that when you walk in the door, you immediately feel like you belong there. Like you don't feel out of place. Everybody make you feel comfortable when you walk through the door, no matter your race or ethnicity. And you actually have a good time. You can chill and enjoy your environment. And with our show, I feel like we produce love and joy. That's why we're called the Sparkling Diamonds, because they come and get mesmerized by something they didn't even know they were coming to see.
Nice. And every time we've been there, I've seen money rain from the sky.
It was always a beautiful sight.
I've seen an opportunity to have an abundance of ass shaking at the tail end. Tail end. But don't.
Amazing choreography. It's just a beautiful time. I love being at Cafe Istanbul. That place does really make you feel like home, and then y'all are just like always chill. Like, what's up? They be talking to everybody. They be in the crowd. It's a good time for real. So yeah, if y'all are always able to catch one of these shows on that, what Tuesday it is again?
The last
Just so they
last
know,
Tuesday
every
of every
last
month.
Tuesday.
What time?
Except for December, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Show, doors open at 8 p.m. Show starts for 9 p.m. It is over by 10.
Y'all
so if
heard
you walk
that?
in the door at 9:45 and you're like, what's going on? You're catching the last 15
You're
minutes of the show,
catching some ass
darling.
shaking.
And you still gotta
And-
pay full price.
Right. You're catching some ass shaking.
Because
And
all the money goes to support the artists on the stage, and we want to always support the artists. But on that note, we gonna support our sponsors and take a break. If y'all are ready for that, it's break time, y'all. We good? Yeah.
I mean, we want producer.
We just have to make sure.
Great.
So we gonna go ahead on and take a little break.
And if there are any questions that you have for Bree or us, slide them into the comments. I'm looking at both of the platforms right now. But this is the Dom Experience Podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media.
R.A.R.E Media.
We'll be right back.
Don't go nowhere.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, to the Dime Experience podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media. On this calm and chill Wednesday. I was about to say Sunday. I don't know why, but we are back with Bree, the Sparkling Diamond, with a new lighting shift. As those of you who have been watching the podcast have seen, we're going deeper and deeper into.
Once that lighting change, you know where we going. We about to start talking about that stuff.
The sun done gone down. Okay, so on this podcast, we like to talk about BDSM and kink, and sometimes some tantra, sexuality, all of that stuff, right? Have you dibbled and dabbled in the BDSMs and the kinkiness?
Yes, I've tried things to see if I like them or not. I had like a crazy year. I think it was like 2021 at the beginning, or either 2022 at the beginning. Yeah, explored the world. Explored it.
So you started exploring in 2022 and decided to take a trip around the world. This sounds a little bit like Raheem when he was like, I took a trip around the astrologies.
I
took a trip around the Buddhisms. Took a trip around the Buddhisms and kinks. I'm going to keep saying Buddhisms. It's either going to be Buddhisms or breakfast, dinner, snacks, and munchies.
Both though. Right.
Like, so in that journey, right? Like, what have you found yourself either like, it's a two-part question. What have you found yourself like kind of well versed in or like coming back to? Like often, like for me, it's impact. Like there's more to learn in impact, but I like it and I'm gonna keep exploring it. Mm-hmm. And like, what haven't you got a chance to learn, or like, what do you want to learn more about, if anything?
I don't really know how to answer that question.
What'd you like when you was exploring around the world of kinks and Buddhisms?
Well, I discovered that I like being choked.
Hey.
Okay.
And not lightly.
Hey.
It's weird, but I like it.
It reminds me of a conversation I heard about.
I think Raheem said something. He was like, she didn't want me to choke her. And
yeah, we discovered that. That was great.
Did I just be scared? I'd knock her out.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'll tap you or something. Just do it. It works. I don't know.
Non-verbal safe words are important.
Question: does it have to be throughout or like right before the orgasm?
I don't care when it happens. Just make it happen.
Right.
It can be spontaneous. Like, it don't have to be all the time. But if like you feeling like she needs extra lubrication, just choke me. There you go.
It'll come right there. Bloop, bloop. It's like rinsing out the towel.
Right.
That is a thing.
Yeah, I like that.
That is a good hand around the neck.
Y'all got that? Rinse out the towel, fellas. That's what we call it.
With consent.
Of course, with consent. Yeah. Yes.
Enthusiastic
consent. Like, you see how she said choke me with that smile on her face? That's when you know it's on.
In the non-verbal safe world.
Oh, man. I remember the first time somebody told me slap them in their face. With a smile on their face.
That's not me.
That's me.
Oh, my God.
It's me.
What?
I don't think I was the first person who told him.
No, you were the first person to say it like that.
Oh, yeah.
With the smile on your face. Yeah.
Depending on how deep enough I am into the moment, smack me hard.
Oh, God.
But like a good solid, like, just.
Yeah, no.
So the cheeks turn rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not me. You know? I discovered in that world, I don't like being popped on and hit on and all that extra. Don't like that.
Real. What
Do
else
you like being spanked anyway?
I like being spanked, yes. But all the extra stuff, like to an extent, you know what I mean? Like you like to be slapped in the face, and some people like to be popped on and punched. I'm not shaming, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
and I don't like being flogged hard or beat with the little hard, that stick like a paddle. That's paddle. I don't like being beat with that either.
It's a paddle.
Girl.
Yeah. I like hands on me, so I could take an ass smack, a squeeze and, all of those good things. But I don't
Something
like
with some pressure.
I don't
not
like
something with
quote
stink.
unquote impact. Right. I like pressure, not stink. Yeah, that's what I like. Well, how she did that for me, like, I love that. Yes.
There are some people that want you to take like a pole and jab them in the ribs, and
Yeah, no.
that's a
not me.
that's a thing.
I'm not into that.
Some people really enjoy that.
Sensual.
One of my friends showed me a really fun and creative picture of a session that they had yesterday. It was nice. There was a lot of pain. Anyway, so you like being choked? You like
Yes.
pressure?
Yes, I like massages too.
Nice.
Like, not nothing you have to apply pressure, just literally hands just being rubbed across my body.
Yeah.
So sensation.
Yeah, love that. Love that for me.
What haven't you gotten a chance to explore that you want to explore, or like be more well versed in?
Well,
Like,
it's there. I was just like, well, do I want to say that?
You don't
Y'all
have to.
want to know that much, T? Okay. The thing that I want that I have not experienced is a threesome, but with another guy, like 2 guys and me. But I don't want it to be like a train where the guys are just like not connected and just doing what the hell they want with my body. I want it to be like both of these guys basically are like battling for my love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's totally pleasuring you.
Right, like I want it to be how the guys get to heaven when they got 2 girls on their knot. Where's that for me? But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I think that's just a fantasy.
I'm gonna put hope into the universe.
Yeah, sprinkle some
And put some
Come
hope
on,
into the
sprinkle.
universe.
sprinkle some love
Yeah.
that way. You know?
That's a good fantasy. I like
It's the only one I
this-
have.
I want-
I think
I
the
want
rest
that
of the
for
stuff
you.
I did.
I want that
I
for you.
want that for you.
Yeah. Never had that.
Gotta make that happen.
Yes.
Uh,
Any of the other things you wanna?
What?
Any?
That's it?
That's
I did all the other things I wanted to do. I tried them all.
Real.
Tried them. Wasn't scared to try 'em.
And on that note, we gonna jump into this BDSM test. This was your first time taking a BDSM test?
Yep.
Um,
Let me go.
so according
I'm
to the
about to say-
test, she got 100% switch.
100% switch.
Which are you familiar with that term?
I am. It makes sense to me.
Why you
In
say
the
that?
bedroom.
Yeah, makes sense in real life too. I'm
Right.
all about balance. I'm a Libra, so if
Okay.
you can switch, I don't care.
Nice. You got 93% experimentalist.
Yeah.
So you'll
can try
try
that.
anything once?
She done
Yes.
took the trip
try
around the
anything
business.
once.
We can try that, yeah. Well, not anything, because
What's your hard limits?
Yeah, what are your hard
I don't
limits?
want anybody, like, as a man, peeing on me or defecating on me. Like, that's a bit much. Or spitting in my mouth, like hawk spitting in my mouth. I don't think that's attractive. I don't like that. I don't
Not a
like those
hawk
kind of
spit.
things. Yeah, they have dudes that do that.
Would you be down for the slow drip?
No, I don't want the slow drip into my mouth either. That's fucking nasty.
As someone who
I'm the
Alright.
type, for me, I'll start to gag. That's a bit much. I
Yeah.
don't care if we, swap and spit because we're tongue kissing or whatever, but
yeah.
you just literally shoofing it into my mouth. I
Would
can't handle it.
you spit
If they ask me
on
to,
or
sure.
in someone's mouth?
If that's what they want.
Nice.
If they requested that, because I'm down. Like, I like to give pleasure and I like to see it happen on somebody's face, because that for me turns me on, whatever that pleasure is. That's why I'm willing to try stuff once.
Yeah.
Nice.
With hard limits, of course.
Right.
Oh yeah, I do
No.
have limits.
So no pee.
Blood?
What y'all gonna do with blood? People do stuff with blood.
People do blood play. People with blood.
Listen, like
play.
little light
I've
blood.
never
No,
experienced
there's
that.
some
I've
people
never
Oh, extreme
had
blood.
anybody want to play with blood or anything like that's new to me, new to my mind. Didn't know that was a
Oh
thing.
Lord, we
Would
done
you
turned
try it?
out. Goddamn.
Would I try somebody's blood?
Would you try blood play?
I don't know what that. I don't know how far that's going. Like in
it's,
my mind,
it's all a spectrum.
I'm like, what are y'all? Are y'all waiting? Listen,
Some
I got
people-
questions.
Like, put it this way. You know those little things that they do the draw blood.
Finger pricks.
The little fingerprint thing. Sometimes they use stuff like that. Bop. Get a little bop.
Not for me. I do it to somebody else they asked, but not for me. I don't like pain like that. Like I said, I like pressure. I don't like pokes. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Have you had sex on your period?
Yes.
That's on
That's
the
blood-
tamer,
that's
the
blood
more
play. That's blood
accepted
play too.
end of the blood play,
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
And then there are some people who go deeper. There are also people who have
That's why I
vampire
was like, are y'all
things.
talking about
there.
that? I I've done that.
You know, there's.
I mean, that's part of it too.
Okay, well, I've done that.
These are all just kind of buckets and spectrums.
Yeah.
What you saw here that was interesting to you?
I had some.
Because I saw Brad and I was like, yeah, that's Bree.
To me, I saw 58% primal hunters. Like you like going out there and be like, you be out there and be like, man, let's go get that.
Definitely.
I'm like, that's me. See, when you put it like that, I was like, yeah, that's Bree.
It's always me.
It's always
my idea.
And look.
It's always my idea.
That's a apex predator right there. She got on.
It's my idea. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, yep.
Because I
Tell
feel
me a
like
little bit
guys
more
are
about
normally
that.
shy.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
And the reason I'm like that is because I feel like guys are normally shy once they get into a relationship about what they want from other women. You know what I mean? I feel like they are afraid they're gonna hurt their partner's feelings or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they don't really tell them what they want. So I just like to go get random bitches and pull and see if that's what they want.
Okay.
Because they gonna talk to me regardless. Women love me, so they gonna come over here. And if I like you, they gonna like you because they trust me.
Mm-hmm. All right. I like that.
Nice. I saw 27% pet over here.
Go ahead. Talk about that. I got another one.
What you mean?
It's not the highest of percentages, but it's the.
For pet, like I never barked or anything like that. But I have like dressed up as a bunny. You know, like I've dressed up as things, but I haven't pretended to be the actual animal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I only have like a butt plug type deal that's a rabbit tail.
Yeah.
That's nothing too extreme. I think
that explains.
Nothing too extreme, but that's like a level ahead of like a lot of folks that put the butt plug and walking around with it.
I mean, I don't walk around. He asked me to walk around.
Well, it ain't making that far around the space.
Raheem, if you're listening.
He has asked me to walk around with it.
It says here 66% vanilla.
What is that? I don't even know what that means.
Well,
vanilla.
That means I'm boring.
Well, that's what they say.
We don't believe
But
that.
we don't. I don't think vanilla's boring.
I like vanilla then, because give me a good missionary or back shot all the way through and I'm fine. I'm not going to complain.
I mean, the way that you
ain't nothing wrong with
I'm
that
not
dude.
going to complain. Like, I'm a performer. Like I said, we don't have to perform over here. We can both get what we need and go to bed.
That vibe's completely
Or we
with
can get
the
what
way.
we need, eat, and do it again. Like, I'm vanilla in that way.
That vibe's completely with the way
that.
that you describe, like, how you like intimacy and sex. Like, to be able to take all of this off and just be able to be you, whether that's exploring and being experimental or just, like, having a regular night with some missionary and some ice cream.
I don't care what kind of night it is. Both of those sound good to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Missionary, my favorite position. So
I thought that was my favorite position until I got in this relationship. I like doggy style.
Hey.
Guilty pleasure.
Would you take Raheem's wrestling and sex positions class to be able to top positions?
Yeah, why not? I like him to be anything almost. Sure.
That reminds me of, like, at the country club on Saturday, how we were in the water, and because we were in the water and John was light as hell, I just, like, grabbed him by the stomach, like, in a backwards hug, and just, like, spun him around in a circle.
yeah, if you ever
his consent, it was the best thing
if you ever want to feel light,
water.
get in water.
I was just like, wee,
Raheem
and then
doesn't
I
like when
laughed.
I do him stuff like that. He feels like I'm manhandling him.
I definitely had a little look on my face.
He did very briefly.
had the look on your face.
I was like, hold up, bro.
I didn't give him any type of warning that it was about to happen either. That was my bad. I'm sorry, babe. I was just like, this feels like a good idea.
You know, I didn't feel like any less of a man or anything. I just didn't feel comfortable.
And then the second time I was like, can I do it again? Can I do it again? And he was like, yeah, because he saw how happy it made me.
Yeah, so, you know,
See,
yeah.
like,
if it
even
make you
this
happy,
smile.
you know, I'll let you do it.
Hey.
Except Peggy, that's part of my hard limits.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
I guess I'm a man in that aspect.
You don't like what you don't like.
I'll take
man.
that charge. Nothing's going in my butt.
If anybody else wants to break my peg virginity, let me know.
You know, let her.
I got the strap.
She got a nice little strap. Speaking of which, somebody. Oh,
What?
can I say this on air? I'm gonna say
I
this
don't
on air.
know.
Somebody wanted a DP from us.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah,
You know
nothing.
what that is?
Nope.
That's when, like, basically
Sounds like deep penetration to me, but
double
I don't know.
penetration.
Oh, double. Okay.
So it's like the butt and the vagina
Yeah, it doesn't have
At
to
the
be.
same time.
at the same time,
Yeah,
or
that's what Raheem was telling me. He was
two
like, they
in one.
both
It could be
could go
two
in
in
like
one
one.
vagina.
I was like, wow.
It could be
See, I
two in
wouldn't
one
know 'cause
vagina.
I've never
It could be two in one butt.
experienced that.
I seen that in
Two in one
porn.
mouth.
2 in 1 mouth. Then they could have like, there's one that's called airtight. They call it airtight, and that's when like you got all holes filled
Oh,
with a
Jesus.
penis.
Well,
There's just a lot of stuff out there,
if
yo.
I could pick that, I would have to pick all the people for that because different holes call for different stuff for me.
So you about that life though?
Yeah.
I try that.
You say yeah. Yeah.
I've been staring off into the distance a lot today. So something about
you got
having
any
all my
more?
goals. I don't have any more, but something about having my goals come into being and coming back into balance has just reawakened my sex drive. I'm happy about it.
I'm gonna ask this, and I feel like you know this about yourself because I can see this about yourself. It says you're 86% brat.
We
Yes.
said that.
We talked about brat.
I said I saw Brett, and we just knew
Oh.
that's brief.
No, y'all just passed it. Y'all just said it and flew
I
past
mean,
it like
you
it was
didn't
nothing.
realize that
But
happened. I
yes,
think
my way or the goddamn highway. What you mean? My idea most likely is
But
better
a
than
good
yours.
choke will turn it around.
Hey, my favorite.
Oh, well, yeah.
My favorite one got
His
some.
favorite question
My
to
favorite
ask.
question got a lot. It got a higher percentage. It says 17% slave. What's up with that?
Why you always gotta say it like that?
I told you it's the pleasure aspect. Like if I feel like what is about to happen is gonna turn you on, then I'll do it.
So you'll be a complete sex slave for your partner.
Not all the time, but
But
like
for
for
the
that
moment-
day,
for the
then
moment, yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
All right.
As long as it's not an all the time thing.
So
then
you're a
sure.
role play slave,
yeah,
not
I'll
a not
role
a
play.
not
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 a
a
total
24/7
Yeah,
total
I'll
power
role play.
exchange.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's all. I think that's it on that the test. So we could take a commercial break and we're gonna go into
Church announcement.
church announcements.
And any questions you have for us? Cool. We're gonna take a breath, drink some water,
Yeah, I need some water myself.
and y'all both grabbed. And we will be right back. This is the Dom Experience Podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media. See you in a second.
Got a feeling you're the one. I finally found out what I've been looking for. The morning daylight surrounding me. You wrap me so tight, I live the air you breathe. I'ma be locked down with you for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. I'ma be locked down with you for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
Appeal the verdict. I'll take a stand. Swear me in first. Your wish is my demand. Release the jury. You can sentence me. Lock me down tight. I need no sympathy. I'll be locked down with you.
For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
I'ma be locked down with you.
For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
I'ma be locked down with you.
For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
I'ma be locked down with you.
For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
Who plays the victim tonight? Is it you
to the Time Experience Podcast.
If you ever want to know why we're laughing, just pop on over to the behind the scenes over on the Instagram page at the Dime Experience.
I'll be jumping in sometimes early and late.
Yeah, we be having whole conversations. Have you ever been to an experience? The show? Mm-hmm.
No, not yet.
Okay, so the experience is a journey of kink through performance, right? And so you get to see a lot of different BDSM, some of the things that you've seen in the test, kinks, fetishes, etc. on stage, right? So I was a cat for the last one, for instance. What, like, I don't want to say wild, because everything's wild, but we're just going to use it. What, like, wild kink or thing would you ever, like, want to see on stage? Or even be a part of on stage?
On stage?
On stage. You ain't got to be in it.
I'm trying to think.
Just be like, I'd love to watch that.
I'd love to watch that, or just watch the audience react to something like that.
Well, the thing that I don't even know if I should. I don't know if I
You
should say that.
definitely should say it.
I mean,
Because it's not my idea, you know. So I'm like, maybe I should say that.
It's in your mind though.
if you're comfortable.
If you're comfortable.
With enthusiastic consent. If it's not enthusiastic, you could tell us offline.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all offline because it's not
Okay.
enthusiastic. Because it's not my idea, like I said.
Yeah, tell us
But when I
offline.
heard it from somebody else, because it's gonna be in somebody's potential show. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I don't wanna
yeah.
say what it is.
We
Although
not gonna
I'm a
say
part
that
of
on
it,
here.
it's still the coolest thing I've ever heard and never thunk of. But I was also like,
Yeah, tell us offline because
Yeah.
Right.
we want to respect their confidentiality
Yeah.
on that. Do you have any questions you've always wanted to ask us?
Or
I'm thinking pops
y'all
up right now.
answer all my questions I ever had in my mind while y'all was sitting here talking, have your own little conversations. Yeah.
I like getting back.
Because I was wondering, were y'all more like me and Raheem? Like, was y'all relationship closed and y'all just had fun like a little bit here and there? But then you were like, you had fun with your partners and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, well, maybe not. A little different.
Yeah, I can more clearly answer that question too. We are each other's nesting and primary partners. We always around each other. You see us all the time. We together in that way.
All the time, right?
But we are not monogamous or closed. I don't do labels of relationships because like I have friends that are kind of like romantic friendships, even though we're not like having sex, and I have platonic folks that I've fucked. Like, so I'm in the like not labeling of relationships outside of this, and I am his submissive. But we dom these streets together.
Come on down in these streets.
Right. So yeah,
world domination with aftercare.
world domination with aftercare. Anything to add to that, baby?
You pretty much
That's
said
what
it.
I learned in this. That's another thing I learned when y'all just said it. Like, I never knew about aftercare until I met Raheem. Never knew about that.
Right. I like
Didn't know that was a thing.
So my secret mission on this world domination with aftercare thing is to like be the one of the most approachable doms, so that people can see like how healthy like alternative relationships are. Because like when we got together, it was purely about BDSM. Like originally it was to have somebody to talk to about it, and then I became his submissive. But like being in a non-traditional relationship, we've communicated more than I've communicated in any relationship. I've never had sexual experiences with folk where like aftercare was a thing beyond like bringing somebody a rag.
Right.
Like bringing them a rag to wipe down on, or like maybe cuddling afterwards. But this idea of like, well, what do you need now that we've done this thing has never been a thing outside of like the relationship that's been around BDSM. And then like, as folks who aren't assumed to always be together and be close, like we have to talk about things. We have to talk about jealousy. Folks don't really do that in traditional relationships.
Right.
Like it's not something that like is mainstream. And so, and consent, like talking about consent and enthusiastic consent and safe words and all that stuff, but just out here talking about pineapples and platypuses. And like, who remembers to say pineapple if you have, like, if I've accidentally triggered a trauma while we fucking? I'm not gonna remember to say pineapple. I will remember to say no or stop or red. But like platypus?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's
I've never heard of that.
right.
And I only heard pineapples from the movies. I think
Exactly.
everybody just kind of took that and ran with it.
And so, Yeah, that's my little soapbox. I like being in this life and trying to explain this life to folks.
Yeah.
Even if they just want to kink up their relationships together.
Yeah, the aftercare was a big part. I never knew that was a thing. And also, like, on top of the aftercare, he thanked me after. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
that's
definitely.
so
Gotta say thank you.
did you just thank me? How kind.
Shout out to R.A.R.E.
Right?
Yeah, if I had something to add to that.
Yeah, to like the description or definition of our relationship.
I guess I could always say what we said last week, that it was your idea to be non-monogamous. I know a lot of people see me as a ladies' man and all of that because ladies
think
love
it's
me.
him.
I never thought it was him, to be honest. I never thought it was
Thank you.
John.
Thank you.
For seeing me.
Thank you.
Never thought it was you.
Thank you. Because most people blame me and call me a cult leader.
I'm a watcher of how people move, and you never was the one. Never was.
I'm always
It's
chilling.
always this one.
I'm always chilling.
This one.
I'm always chilling.
Always.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So yeah.
Always us. It'd be me too.
So yeah, I would say in the beginning I would, because she was trying to find her exploration sexually, I would bring women into our relationship, mainly not just for myself, but for her to explore as well, and not using these women because they're still my friends.
Of course, and they be wanting to be there. Oh, I know. They be wanting to be there.
Yeah, that's it.
But like, I was newly exploring not doing relationships for sex or intimacy, and then also exploring my queerness. And I feel like I was like, you about to jump off a cliff if you do this. Let me just give you John now. Cause you put yourself in some not great situations.
She just have
some not great people.
She just like, well, this is about to be a soapbox, right?
Go
quick.
ahead, soapbox. I've heard it already.
So, I have this thing about sapiosexuals.
I don't call myself one anymore.
And like sapiosexuals, you know, are like really attracted to intellectual people. But my thing about intellectual people is all they know is book smarts, and book smarts is not really intellect to me personally. I believe it. That's just, no offense to anybody, I just feel like you just learn somebody's story. You learn about Britannica, you learn about history, geometry.
I know what you're putting down.
You could talk a good fucking game, and that's gonna turn somebody on because you're smart. But really and truly, who are you as a person? Like, you never really see who that person is because they just talk all goddamn day, and they'll talk your panties off if they could talk about some shit
and
you could nerd out with.
Right.
And she always loved the ones she could nerd out with, and the ones she nerd out with, they'll have no substance behind that.
Right.
There'll be no other person behind what they learned in school.
Right.
And so he's really good at clocking people real quick.
Yeah,
I've
they
had
ain't got no
people
soul.
like talk their way out of it.
Yes.
I've had people talk their way out of the panties really quick. But for him, he's like, it shouldn't be so easy for these who keep trying to talk their way into your panties, who are like successful to be like, you don't see what's going on. And so had I been on this journey alone, it might have gone as badly as my first BDSM experience did. But where I wasn't able to get out the bed because there was no aftercare. But he's a better judge of character ultimately than I am, which is another good thing about us not being traditional in a sense. Like, we can talk to each other about what we're doing. We often, like, we're very transparent with each other.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm the same in that manner.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, also, like, if you can't, for us, if you don't like either one of us, like if my partners weren't also cool with John, that would probably be a deal breaker, because one, he's a better judge of character than I am.
On our
Like,
end.
right, like not every poly relationship is this way, but like if somebody didn't vibe with John, one, that's gonna automatically cause like more tension and more scheduling stuff that I don't really feel like dealing with. I'm polysaturated on that one. But like, also, it probably is, it's an orange flag to me that like something in them doesn't vibe with the person that I know reads people really well, and for most people he's a calming force. Mm-hmm. So if you got some type of jealousy or some type of issues with John, there's something in there that's eventually gonna clash with me internally, and I just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Somebody told me earlier I just make a lot of people feel insecure.
I mean, yeah.
Or intimidated.
And I can't deal with an insecure man or woman or deity or gentlekqueer, like, as my partner. Like, it is not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And so for you to be a good touchstone for that when interacting with other people is cool. And that's why it's taken a while to be at a space where I have lovers, partners, friends.
Yeah.
Because, they like you.
I'm glad they like
with
me.
them too.
I'm glad people like me, man. Because I make myself easy to like love with all that. Because I just be myself, and I really don't care what you be doing. I really don't care what nobody doing, and I don't mean like in a like I don't care way. I just really don't have nothing to say about nobody and what they doing. I really just love everything for the most part, and I understand a lot. I done seen a lot. I done felt a lot. I done been everywhere at a very young age. So it's like I'm at this point in life where there's no reason for you to hate me because I do not hate you.
I'm with you on that.
And if you don't like cinnamon, then I don't. This is not ego. I don't
You don't understand why.
I don't know
feel
why.
The same way, y'all.
And if
Somebody
you don't like me,
yeah.
but you like John, then
It's weird.
It's not gonna pan out too well for you. Now we don't.
You ain't gotta like her as in like if you want to have sex with me.
Right, I know what you mean.
Like you ain't gotta have sex with her. That ain't what we doing. Like we ain't
and
like.
it's not even on any type of
we ain't on no
respectful
T.I. and
It's just like our hearts have
playing
to.
T.I. Tiny if you watching this. So I'm just kidding.
Our hearts just have to be able to see each other. Like we don't have to be in a relationship with each other. You don't have to want to be with me. I don't have to want to be with you. But we just have to be able to see each other as human beings. Not even respect me as his partner, but just like if we don't vibe enough at all, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's just awkward because I can't have you having anything negative to say about somebody I love because I'm the type of person I'll have to sit both of y'all down and y'all gonna have to have a restorative conversation.
And he's good at restorative conversation.
Yeah.
And like again, we don't.
we gonna
peer mediator.
We got it.
Right. Like, and because we don't do hierarchy either, so it's not like as partners we're above any of our other partners either. But it's just mutual respect for all of our relational spaces and making things be as easeful as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, because we know we love each other.
And we know we ain't going nowhere.
So yeah.
Don't you love that feeling?
It's such a nice
This is
feeling.
so peaceful.
Like, it's such a nice feeling to just be like,
fire.
oh, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. And even if I go somewhere, I'm coming back.
Coming back. I know where home is.
Exactly.
Come on.
We are home for each other. And sometimes there's a physical location 5 blocks away from the lake,
Yeah, you know.
as John said.
Yeah, 5 blocks away from the lake.
But yeah, is it time
It is time.
for the church announcement?
Time for church announcements.
The experience, like I was saying, is gonna happen November 18th,
November 18th.
right before my birthday, 10:30. This time over at Cafe Istanbul. You don't
Tickets
want
are
to
on
miss
sale
it.
now.
Tickets are on sale now. The link is in our bio.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's in my bio.
It's in my bio.
But
No, it's not in your bio. Your bio has the cookout.
Oh, it has the cookout. It doesn't have the experience on the links page. I gotta change that.
Yeah, you gotta change it.
Anyway, slide in our DMs if you can't find it. We'll help you. But this upcoming week, we got some stuff.
What you got?
Well, on Friday, it's Club Renaissance, which is a Beyonce themed dance party with pop-up performances, co-produced by me and Laveau Contraire. I will be doing some old school Destiny's Child, Apple Pie, La Mode, and some new school. It's really good. Some new school Virgo's Groove. If you haven't seen the video on our page, go get your little sneak peek.
Yeah, her ass looks nice in that bodysuit.
It really looks nice in that bodysuit.
Yeah, you look great. I couldn't help but to comment. Like,
I was like,
wow. Tippity tap. This is great.
Yeah. So that will be happening live and in living color in front of your face. Yeah, on Friday. And then the Beyonce vibes keep rolling on Saturday at Trixie's Beyonce Brunch over at the Virgin Hotel. There are 2 shows, 10:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. And Bree will be there.
I'm gonna be there. Giving a little something, little tease, showing a little body.
And then on Sunday, we got 2 options for you. Well, actually, you could do both. You could go see Bree over at Minx Burlesque at 6 p.m. at the Howlin' Wolf. And then come spend some late night time with us at 8 over at Opulence Hour.
Yes.
Well, John,
I'll be working sound.
we'll be working sound and
I
possibly
may magically come out the boot because sometimes people
do a
pay
poem.
to come see me come out the boot.
Come on,
So
pay
we'll
to
see.
get him
There's
out.
a secret menu
Love
you can
that.
unlock him on.
Yes.
And then, yeah, October's full of fun stuff.
Oh yeah, October's coming up is Kinktober.
It is Kinktober.
So
I was reminded of this
I have
earlier today.
well, the podcast is going to be posting a lot of fun things on the page, so be on the lookout for that. But also, if you would like to, I think since it's Kinktober, I think I'm one, if you want to do content shooting, as in like you let me film or take pictures of the session, it's free all October.
Ooh, that's a deal.
So I have a few people I'm gonna be working with. I got Freddy Krueger coming out to play.
Hey.
So stay tuned.
And we'll keep y'all posted on whether or not Kinktober includes a class or 2.
Stay tuned.
Right. If you want to book a session with me, right now there's a sensual subscription that starts at $30. It's a 3-month commitment. So every month, $30 will come out your account. And if you want to pay more for that session or have the ability to, you can. That will only be there for the rest of October.
Yeah.
November, Scorpio season, my birthday month, prices go up to what their actual value is versus what it is right now.
We'll save that church announcement for later.
Right. But yeah, if you need anything from us, slide into our DMs. You should have seen us post Bree's calendar on our story. You can follow her also at Bree _ with NAN _ I. BRI _ WITHAN _ I. Or you could just click on our page and just click in the posts of her glorious nude body. The word is in my head, running, but that's not it.
Frolic.
It begins frolicking. There we go. I was like, it begins with an F.
Yeah, we are frolicking through the grass.
Through the
nature.
grass. Bree, you got any other church announcements?
No, I have a full schedule, so just
You really
look at
do.
it and come see me.
Yeah.
Check that calendar and check that calendar out because October's about to be popping. Yeah. Say goodnight.
Good night, darlings.
Thank you again for being here at the Dime Experience Podcast presented by R.A.R.E Media. It is time for us to log off, take a breath, and rest and nourish.
I have to find some food. Damn it.
Thank you
That's
for
the worst
being
part
with
of the day.
us, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
DJ drop it low, bass line, give me the solo. Let's speed up, cause you're too slow. Yeah, cause you're on the place, about to blow. I am a trendsetter.